from Tamil Nadu, and it's a big victory for actor turned Neta Vijay. We're talking about his last film, Jana Nayagan, that has finally received the clearance. Madras High Court has ordered clearance of the release of this particular film. Basically, it was the CBFC that had not given the certificate on time. It raised certain objections. But now, as the matter was being heard by High Court, the Madras High Court, the observations are very, very interesting, in fact, that have been made by Madras High Court in this case. Madras High Court has observed that grievance seems to be an afterthought, and High Court has cited dangerous trend. Allowing such pleas sets risky trend is what High Court has observed. Let's straight away go across to my colleague Dharini, who's been tracking the developments closely. She's joining us live right now. Dharini, good morning. It's a big news coming in from Tamil Nadu and a huge relief for actor turned Neta Vijay.
Well, definitely, it is a huge relief for actor turned Neta Vijay, but the latest information that we are able to pick up is that the CBFC is likely to appeal against Justice P.T. Asha's today's order. So Justice P.T. Asha of the Madras High Court ordered CBFC to give a U/A certification to Jana Nayagan immediately, and she told that there is no need for the movie to be reviewed by a review committee. But now it looks like the CBFC has decided to appeal against this order. The CBFC has made a mention, seeking urgent hearing before the division bench of Chief Justice Mahendra Mohan Srivastava and Justice G. Arunmurugan. So the CJ's bench has told CBFC to file a formal plea, and once a formal plea for appeal is filed, then the hearing will be taken up, is what the CJ's bench has told.
What you're telling us is that it's not really a green signal for Vijay's Jana Nayagan, because CBFC has now decided to appeal against this order of Madras High Court?
Well, definitely, it cannot be considered as an entire green signal, because, if the CBFC had not decided to appeal against Justice P.T. Asha's order today, then it is a big win for Jana Nayagan. The movie is all free to release. But now we are given to understand that the CBFC is all likely to file a formal appeal against Justice P.T. Asha's order. This means that, the legal hurdle might continue, but for the time being, the filmmakers, they can be happy about the order that is coming from Justice P.T. Asha, because she has told that the complainant in this movie is one of the examination committee members. So the examination committee consists of 5 members totally. This committee first viewed the movie and they made a recommendation to give a U/A certification. But subsequently, one of the members of the committee itself filed an objection. He filed a complaint telling that he has a problem with certain scenes and dialogues in the movie. And it is following this, the CBFC decided to forward this movie to a review committee. So now the Madras High Court has told that the complainant looks to be the complaint seems to be an afterthought, and that this complaint from the one of the members of the examination committee cannot be entertained, and the Madras High Court has ordered CBFC to immediately give a U/A certification. But it looks like there is a trouble in this paradise. The CBFC is likely to go for an appeal before the bench of the Chief Justice of Madras High Court, Chief Justice Mahendra Mohan Srivastava.
Not really a big relief as far as Vijay is concerned, as far as TVK is concerned, because now CBFC, as Dharini was telling us, has decided to file an appeal against Justice P.T. Asha's order, and this is going to be very, very interesting. Let me also go across to my guest who is joining us live. Dharini continues to stay with us on this story. We are joined by Advocate Parvez Memon, who is Senior Partner, MZM Legal LLP. Good morning. Thank you very much for speaking with us here on Times Now. 2 important developments have taken place. We were really expecting some clarity as far as Jana Nayagan's release is concerned today from the Madras High Court. But there are 2 interesting developments. One, of course, what the Madras High Court had to say, that complaint seems to be an afterthought. That was an observation by the court. But now CBFC has decided to file an appeal against Justice P.T. Asha's order. Your reaction to these 2 developments?
See, firstly, we have to understand that there are agencies appointed for a particular task. The court also has to be mindful of the fact that we cannot enter into a domain of an agency which is given the task of issuing certificates to a particular movie, be it an adult, be it a UA, or be it for universal observation by all kind of people. But having said so, now the fact remains that since CBFC has decided to appeal the order of Justice P.T. Asha, it cannot be said that the movie is slated to be released on the date it was supposed to be released, that is today, 9th of January. Now, it is all subject matter of the Honorable Division Bench of the High Court, presided by the Honorable Chief Justice of Madras, which will decide. If the stay is granted, it will continue to hear the proceedings filed by the CBFC as to what is their objection for the release of the movie. And we have to be mindful of the fact that the member concerned here who has complained may not have any personal grudge or personal thing to do something against the movie or the makers or the actors in the movie. He is a honorable member of the board itself. Unless there is unanimity in the board, no film can be certified to be released. As such, when any member, see, there is a veto thing that you have to understand, that one member against four members, then it has to be naturally be forwarded to the review committee, and review committee has to review whether the complaint is justified, not justified. So that domain is vested within the review committee. In my personal view, it would be too much to High Court to interfere and say that, you know, no,
Advocate Parvez Memon, got your point. Request you to please stay on with us. Let me also go across to my colleague Dharini. I believe she has some lawyers with him. Dharini, over to you. Tell us what's happening there.
Well, we are right now standing in front of the Madras High Court. In fact, a group of lawyers, definitely seems to be fans of Mr. Vijay. They've come here with sweets. So they're celebrating the verdict from the Madras High Court, the verdict from Justice P.T. Asha. In fact, they have a huge poster of Mr. Vijay. They are, holding a huge poster of Mr. Vijay, a poster of the film Jana Nayagan. So these are advocates of Tamilak Vetri Kalagam and also some of the, advocates of the production house. They are right now outside the Madras High Court and they are celebrating this order from Justice P.T. Asha of the Madras High Court, the order that gave a green signal for the movie certification. So these are live videos we are showing to you from in front of the Madras High Court. In fact, if we move this side, we have a poster of Mr. Vijay. This is a poster from the movie Jana Nayagan. One of the advocates is in fact holding this poster. Sir, எதுக்காக இந்த கொண்டாட்டம் சார்?
எங்களுக்கு இந்த ஜனநாயகன் படத்தை தடை செய்யறதுக்காக கோர்ட் மூலமா சென்சார் போர்டுக்கு சரியா பண்ணல. அதனால இன்னைக்கு ஒரு சென்சார் போர்டுல இன்னைக்கு கோர்ட்ல ரிட்டு போட்டு நாங்க எங்களுக்கு அலோ ஆயிருக்குது. ஜனநாயகன் படம் எங்களுக்கு இன்னைக்கு ரிலீஸ் ஆகும். அதுதான் அந்த சிறப்பு கொண்டாட்டத்தை சந்தோஷமா கொண்டாடுறோம்.
CBFC அப்பீல் போவாங்க போல இருக்கு.
அவங்க போனா கூட போட்டாங்க, அதை பத்தி கவலை இல்ல. எங்க ஜனநாயகனை யாராலையும் தடை பண்ண முடியாது. நான் எடுத்துக்கணும்.
So he is a fan of Mr. Vijay. He also seems to be a part of this advocate group, and he is in fact distributing sweets to all the public in the road. This road I'm reporting from right now. This is right in front of the Madras High Court gate number 2, and the fans of Mr. Vijay, including some of the advocates, they are distributing sweets to the public in the road. They're in fact distributing sweets to all the two-wheelers and four-wheelers that are plying in this particular road. We can see in the visuals over here. So definitely fans of Mr. Vijay, they are right now very happy. They are celebrating the verdict from the Madras High Court, the verdict of Justice P.T. Asha, which gave a green signal for the movie's certification. Ninga Vijay fan?
Yes, I'm Vijay fan.
It looks like CBFC வந்துட்டு அப்பீல் போவாங்க போல இருக்கு. அது அப்பீல் போனா மறுபடியும்
பரவாயில்லைங்க, அப்பீல் போட்டோம். கண்டிப்பா ஜனநாயகன் ரிலீஸ் ஆகும்.
அப்பீலும் ஜெயிச்சிருவீங்கன்னு ஒரு
கண்டிப்பா ஜெயிப்போம். ரசிகர் பேக் போனரா இருக்காங்க. கண்டிப்பா ஜெயிப்போம். கண்டிப்பா தளபதிக்கு வெற்றி கிடைக்கும். மூவி ரிலீஸ் ஆகும். மேபி டுமாரோ 10th. Maybe kandipa padam release agum.
He says that even if the CBFC is filing an appeal against Justice P.T. Asha's order, Jana Nayagan's production house will fight that appeal also legally and win in that appeal is what this fan of Mr. Vijay is telling. He is in fact carrying a few sweet boxes in his hands, and there is also a huge poster of Talapati Vijay. This poster is from the film Jana Nayagan. We can see Jana Nayagan written below the poster. So this is the poster that this fan is carrying. So all these scenes, these are happening right in front of the Madras High Court. So the fans of Mr. Mr. Vijay, they've come in front of the Madras High Court and they are distributing sweets to all the commuters in this road, and they are also hopeful that even if the CBFC is going for an appeal, the movie house, the production house will fight that appeal legally in the Madras High Court and will release the movie for Pongal this time, and it is going to be a mega treat for the fans of Mr. Vijay.
Right. So Dharani, a couple of interesting points there. One, of course, the Madras High Court clearly observed that the complaint seems to be an afterthought, and now what we know is that the CBFC is likely to file an appeal, and CBFC is also seeking an urgent hearing. Do we have any clarity as to when that hearing could really happen? Can it happen today itself, or do you think it's going to be pushed to Monday? Also, any word yet from the makers of the film Jana Nayagan?
Well, no. So far, the production house of the movie has not put out any official statement post today's order. So we are awaiting an official communication from the production house, that is KVN Productions. So, of course, as far as the appeal is concerned, the CBFC has made a mention before the Chief Justice's bench that they want an urgent hearing in this matter. They want their appeal to be heard urgently. So the CJ's bench has told CBFC that if they file a formal appeal as soon as possible, then it might be taken up for hearing either today or tomorrow. That is the conversation that happened between CBFC and the CJ's bench. So definitely it looks like the legal battle is not completely over yet. The legal battle seems to be continuing. It might potentially continue for the next few days, but for the time being, this judgment from P.T. Asha, Justice P.T. Asha of the Madras High Court, this single judge order has created a lot of excitement, and it has in fact triggered the fandom in the fans of Mr. Vijay. They're on the roads distributing sweets, and they're also on the roads carrying posters of the movie Jana Nayagan. So, sir, neenga Vijay fan sir?
Ayyo, தீவிரமான விஜய் ஃபேன் நானு. ஆமா.
பொங்கலுக்கு படம் ரிலீஸ் ஆயிடுமா?
கண்டிப்பா இன்னைக்கு ஆகணும். அதுக்காக தான் நாங்க எல்லாரும் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஒவ்வொரு படமும் தலைவர் படம் வரும்போது இந்த பிரச்சனை வருது. தலைவர் அதில இருந்து மீண்டும் மறுபடியும் வந்துருவாரு. எப்படி ஜெயிப்பாருன்னு தெரியும். இன்னைக்கு ஜெயிச்சிருக்காரு மறுபடியும்.
So he says that this is not the first time Vijay is facing such legal hurdles for his movies. Earlier, if we take the movie of Sarkar, Talaiva, etc., many movies have faced such legal hurdles in the past, and every time Mr. Vijay has emerged victorious in all those legal hurdles. So just like that, this time also Mr. Vijay and his film crew, they will win this legal battle and they will emerge victorious, is what this fan of Mr. Vijay is telling. He is in fact come to the Madras High Court with a huge poster of Jana Nayagan. We can see images of Mr. Vijay. These are stills from the movie Jana Nayagan, and we can see the name Jana Nayagan written below it. Sir, ipo CBFC vanditte innikku ஆர்டருக்கு அகைன்ஸ்ட் அப்பீல் போறாங்க.
எதுவா இருந்தாலும் தளபதி மீண்டு வருவாரு. எல்லாத்துலயுமே ஜெயிப்பாரு. நாளைய தீர்ப்பு இன்னைக்கு விஜய் தளபதியோட தீர்ப்பு.
Even if the CBFC goes for an appeal, even if that appeal is filed formally, and if the hearing goes on, we will continue fighting this legal battle, and we will win this legal battle and release Jana Nayagan for this Pongal, is what these fans have to say. So let's wait and see what is going to unfold in the court, and if at all that appeal is going to be formally filed by the CBFC.
Well, absolutely. That's an interesting point because the court has very clearly told CBFC to actually file a formal plea if they have problems with the order that has been given today by the Madras High Court. Stay on with us, Tharini. Let me go back to my guest who continues to be with us at this point in time, Advocate Parvez Memon. Before that, I'm joined on the broadcast by Jyoti Mani, Congress Member of Parliament. Ma'am, good morning. Thank you for speaking with us here on Times Now. Your first reaction to the big order we got from Madras High Court today on Vijay's film Jana Nayagan, and also what we have now learned is that CBFC is expected to file an appeal against it.
Good morning. Actually, we have welcomed the Honorable High Court order to issue a certificate of a Jana Nayagan movie. But also, there is a disturbing trend that actually CBFC, as you rightly said, is preparing for an appeal in front of the Honorable Chief Justice of Madras High Court. So this is, I personally feel CBFC is going too far to please its political masters. Here it's BJP to stop the Jana Nayagan at any cost. This is completely unacceptable. This is an attack on the Tamil Nadu film industry. So this is how actually BJP is using its all government organizations like ED, CBI, Election Commission, Income Tax, now Censor Board. using against the political opponents to arm twist them for their political convenience and their political preference. These are all the organizations generally used against the government of Tamil Nadu and the Chief Minister and this Council of Ministers. And in national level, my party and my leadership, Rahul ji and Sonia ji. But all the opposition leaders are facing this threat. Now it's extended to the film industry, which is very shocking. We are strongly condemned it yesterday. Film is not just about one person. It's heavily invested. Hundreds of people working day and night. Tamil Nadu's Pongal is a great festival.
Right.
The movie is part of our celebrations. Blocking a movie without any reason actually for a political purpose is completely unacceptable. Censor board actually is going, in my view, it's a very wrong way.
Right.
To support
Ms.
the
Jyotimani,
BJP's
why do you think that BJP is doing all of this? It's happening at the behest of the BJP. Why do you think that? And what do you think BJP could really gain by doing this, in your opinion, ahead of the elections in Tamil Nadu?
It's obvious actually. They might think actually they can bring Mr. Vijay's party on their board, but this is absolutely undemocratic and this is a coercive approach. See, why should every political party have their own right to take the political decision of their own party and its state's people convenient? So why BJP expect every other party to come and join an alliance with us? If they are not ready, actually, they have to arm twist them. See, it may not be explicitly BJP said, but that's the point. Why the hell they are going after Jana Nayagan?
Ms. Jyotimani, is your charge then that BJP wants TVK as an alliance partner in the NDA, and that's the reason why these kind of measures are being used really to coerce TVK?
See, yes, I think actually India Alliance headed by DMK in Tamil Nadu is a very, very formidable. There is a very good track record of the Tamil government and as well as Chief Minister. We have there are many schemes actually which directly reaches the people, students. There is heavy investment on health and education and infrastructure and employment setup. So we will win the election comfortably. BJP at any cost want to stop the rise of the India Alliance in Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
So they are trying. They know they will not win the election.
No, but by doing this, how is BJP impacting the chances of INDIA bloc? Because TVK is not part of the INDIA.
Yeah, see, they want a bigger coalition. That's the point. They want a bigger coalition because they are not confident that they can fight us in the election. Forget about winning. So that is why actually they are doing all these things. In my view, this is completely unacceptable. TVK is a new party. They have every right to choose their future course of action in the Tamil Nadu. So using a censor board, never the history of Indian independence, censor board used as a political weapon to reach out a political party and try to arm twist a political party. So that's what we are fighting. Also, there is something for a creative freedom in this country, right? We are a democratic country. Just you're trampling upon the creative freedom for a political reason is completely unacceptable. That's what I think clearly Madras High Court also said in this verdict.
All right. Ms. Jyotimani, appreciate you speaking with us here on Times Now and sharing with us your perspective. So that was the view of the Congress party. Let me go back to my colleague Dharini, who continues to be with us at this point in time. Dharini, now, many people are asking a couple of questions. One of them being that when last month the UA certificate was recommended by CBFC, then why suddenly after a few days CBFC decided to change its mind?
Well, definitely the sequence of events doesn't look very natural is what one can say, because on the 18th of December, the KVN Productions, they're applying for a CBFC certification. Their movie is being submitted to the CBFC for the examination committee to view. So the examination committee then views the movie. This examination committee consists of 5 members, and they watch the movie. They suggest a few modifications to the movie, but they also go on to recommend a UBA certification for this movie. So the makers, that is the KVN Productions, they were also informed about this recommendation for a UBA certificate. But following that, very soon, one of the members of the examination committee goes on to file a complaint. He says that he has a problem problem with certain scenes and dialogues in the movie, and that he wants this movie to be forwarded to a review committee. This complaint was made after the CBFC formally recommended UBI certification. So that is when this thing gets unnatural. So now the Madras High Court is calling this complaint a late complaint. The Madras High Court says that this looks like an afterthought on the part of the complainant. The complaint was not made on time, so this complaint cannot be entered time, and so the certificate has to be given immediately is what Justice P.T. Asha has told. But now the CBFC has formally filed an appeal, and this appeal will come for hearing either this afternoon or on Monday. So let's wait and see what is going to be the appeal, and what are the arguments that are going to be made by both the parties in the appeal hearing. But for the time being, we are continuing to show visuals of the fans from in front of the Madras High Court. They are having posters of Mr.
We can see there are fans with posters, laddus being celebrated as well to people of Tamil Nadu around Madras High Court. There is, of course, a bit of celebration that we can see on the ground. But viewers, what is the latest is that CBFC has now decided to appeal against this order of Madras High Court. So the relief that came for Jana Nayagan perhaps could be temporary. We don't know. All will depend upon the hearing that could happen today in the afternoon. Thank you, Dharini, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on the story. We will be tracking this closely with you ahead as well. For now, slipping into a very, very short break. We're coming back with lots more. Don't go anywhere.